Hey guys, welcome to another segment of Word of the Day. This is Caesar with Inspire Movement. Thank you so much for joining us. So today we're exploring the word depression, something that unfortunately too many of us have to deal with. Depression is generally defined as a mood disorder that causes extreme feelings of sadness and general lack of interest. It's also called a major depressive disorder or clinical depression, and it affects the way that you think, the way that you feel, and the way that you behave. Some of the main causes of depression can be major life events such as a loss or a death in your family. Also forms of abuse, the different forms of abuse, whether it be physical, emotional, or sexual, can bring about feelings of depression. It could be a genetic issue where it's something that just you're predisposed to struggling with. Conflicts and even sometimes serious illnesses can bring about feelings of extreme depression. In terms of types of depression, there are many types, starting with major depression. In doing my research on this word, a little bit over 16 million people in the United States alone suffer from some form of depression. So that's major depression. Then there's also persistent depression. Persistent depression is something that can last almost up to 2 years. You also have manic depression or bipolar disorder, which is where you suffer from extreme mood swings, extreme highs or extreme lows, and those extreme lows are essentially that manic depression. You also have depressive psychosis, which is a form of depression that also comes with a loss of sense of reality. That's another type of depression. And then you have prenatal depression, which is depression that a lot of times females that are going through pregnancy can go through, as well as even sometimes post a labor, after childbirth, up to 4 weeks, they can suffer from this type of depression. There's also premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is an extreme form of premenstrual syndrome or PMS. And then you have seasonal depression, which is something that has a form of depression that has seasonal patterns to it. Situational depression, it goes back to some of the major life events that could spur on this type of depression, as well as atypical depression, which is something that can be temporarily interrupted via a positive situations that may surface in your life and can kind of take you away from that moment. Some of the things that we symptomatically feel when we're going through depression are things like anger, irritability, general feeling of worthlessness, maybe even suicidal ideation, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, fatigue. There's a whole host of different things that you may actually experience when you're going through something like depression. It's certainly something not to be messed around with. Think of it as a mental illness is no different than a conventional illness, whether it be diabetes or asthma or lupus. When you're going through something like this, it's not going to go away. It's something that you need professional help and assistance in order to cope with. Unfortunately, all too often, it takes a regular adult up to 10 years to actually seek some form of help when they're going through some form of mental illness, which is far too long to struggle with anything with. Just in the United States alone, I think 10% of all of the adults in this country goes through some form of depression at some point in their lives. So it's something pervasive. It's something that we definitely want to get a hold of when we're experiencing it. In terms of my own personal reflections with depression, I think while maybe not fully diagnosed while I was going through it, I had some form of situational depression. I had a situation for many, many years that dealt with a civil lawsuit and family that was very tormenting. And I think through many seasons throughout the years, I would find myself in extreme lows with a lot of the symptoms that I was mentioning before. I've also experienced depression through family. I have family members that suffer from bipolar disorder, so I've seen manic depression firsthand and what it can do to someone, and it's a struggle without question. It's something that I wish on no one, but again, if you are going through some form of depression, what I would hope to do with these reflections is to, one, destigmatize any form of mental illness, because all too often we suffer quietly and alone, And you know, quite frankly, there's many of us that go through these types of situations feeling ashamed and feeling like less than when we don't need to. So that would be one major goal for me. If you're suffering from depression for the first time, my word of advice would be to seek your primary care physician and let them know what's going on with you, what kind of symptoms you're going through right now. And if it's something that is recurring and you've experienced before, please fall back to your therapist, possibly your psychiatrist, and seek out their help as well. Again, just don't go at it alone, and know that there is help. So I hope that you guys find these reflections and you know, these thoughts useful. Again, if you're going through this, my heart goes out to you, and I know what kind of struggle it is, but there is hope, and know that you're loved, and that for sure there is more than great help out there for you. With that, I wish that you guys have an awesome week. Again, please look for us on Instagram or Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're working on a lot of different interviews for you guys, and we just want to, you know, connect to you or connect with you, and get some sort of feedback, whether it be positive or negative. We don't care. To be honest, we just want to hear from you. Again, have a blessed week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.